Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, KSENIA Akishina, realtor with Mihara And Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and KSENIA.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. I am your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group and 813mortgage.com, in studio with a couple of amazing realtors. Every once in a while, the sun and the moon and the stars line up to form the perfect real estate show. And today is one of those days. I am blessed to have not one, but two co-hosts today from Mihara And Associates. I just had a nice little breakfast with Ray Mihara, the founder of Mihara And Associates, last Friday, and we talked about this awesome new strategy of bringing on the top agents from Tampa Bay, and KSENIA and I interviewing them and learning the strategies from them, because I'll be honest, Sen, not all real estate agents are created the same, are they?
No, they're not.
Everybody comes from different walks of life. And that's where they learn to sell and do what they do and pick out their clients. And, you know, not all of them are from Eastern Europe.
So that's me. But no, Leon for sure is just a different kind. And I mean, I've known him for a while now. He's been with Mihara And Associates, and he's just been a go-getter.
Yes.
And very ambitious. I mean, he does a lot.
He does. He does a lot. And Leon has a very busy life, too, if you get to know him. He does some very interesting things. Actually, I found out recently, I think you and Ray share kind of a love for some of these little cards as well, you know. And there might be a business to that. So we're going to actually talk about the card business as well. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out. Because believe it or not, that was my first sales job. I've never even told you this story, but my very first sales job back when I was probably about 13 years old was selling trading cards and baseball cards.
Does Ray know that? Because that was his story too.
Was it really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't share it with him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Mine was on the other side. Mine was with like the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! And all those trading cards.
Yeah, and listen, cards are cards, guys.
Yep.
You know, some of them have been around for 50 years, some have been around for 5 years, but let me tell you, there's a market out there, and it will blow your mind.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe, like, it's made a comeback. One of my friends, actually, he got offered, like, a full-time salary position to, like, move to California because I guess he's so good at it. And,
what?
Yeah.
Especially breaking now. Breaking is crazy.
I don't even know what that is.
So that's where you actually open up packs on live video, and you can sell the packs. People pay for packs ahead of time, and you can sell the packs, break it live, and send them the cards they got from the pack. Yeah, live breaking is crazy right now.
Okay, so listeners, you got to stay tuned because we're gonna get to that, because I'm writing that down on my show notes here. Because breaking, is it like Breaking Bad? Are we making meth? Are we getting cards? Like, what are we doing? Funny thing is, everybody, that's like the best show of all times. I've never watched it.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it either? Have you seen it?
My wife loves it, and I've never watched a single episode.
Yeah, it's a good show.
So we'll talk about that. Actually, before we get crazy in the show, you guys know Landman is back, right?
Yes, I just watched the episode. I'm like, it's only the one.
God.
It's so frustrating because, well, you know what? It's a good thing because otherwise I would just binge watch. I'd watch the whole season, you know, like Netflix comes out with the whole thing.
So Ray got me into that show. You know, Ray and I had lunch one day, and by the way, it's Ray Mihara, the owner of Mihara And Associates. He gets me into Landman. We're at lunch, and he could not shut up about this show, Landman. And I'm like, Ray, I was like, these are like an owner of a mortgage company, an owner of a real estate company, and all we're talking about is this TV show. And I got home, I told my wife, I'm like, listen, Ray literally said that tonight we have to watch it. He's like, put down everything and watch this show. So I got to Nicole to watch, like, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 episodes. She doesn't like anything violent. right? She hates like the stress and the violence, especially at night. I don't blame her, honey. I get it. You want to go to
the
bed in peace. Nightmares, So the show starts out with him being like beaten by a cartel, like in like a shipping container and cutting off fingers and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to go good.
No.
I was like, so then the premiere, was it last night or the night before? The premiere?
I don't know. I watched it yesterday.
I think it was.
But I mean, the Billy Bob Thornton lines that he's got, like,
if that
it's
guy
a
does
great
not
character.
get, what do they call it? Is it an Emmy or a Grammy or what do you get for TV shows? I don't know. I'm terrible at this. It's one of those things.
It's not Grammy. I think that's for the music industry. But
okay, then it must be an Emmy, right? Maybe it's an Emmy. But anyway, so I'm like, if this guy doesn't get it, like somebody better give this guy an award for that show. But I tried to put it on last night, right? My wife finished dinner first and I'm sitting there and she went to the bathroom and I clicked it on and she comes down and she sees the intro and she just looks at me. And if you're listening, honey, she's like, why you got to be a jerk? And I'm like, what do you mean a jerk? I was
Really?
like, it's the first episode. She's like, I don't like this show. And I'm like, do you think it's second season? Could we give it a shot? Could we just maybe the
Just
premiere?
ride it out, let it build.
Just one.
don't tell Ray she doesn't like it. He told everybody in the office, and I think that's when all of us we had to watch it.
I think Ray is responsible for Billy Bob Thornton's ratings.
Yeah.
I swear, this man. I mean, I'm not a TV guy, but I do like. Do you have a show, Sen?
Oh man, so many.
Like, do you always have one show, or do you have a bunch?
I have a bunch.
You got a bunch,
and
okay.
I do binge watch a bunch. Like when I start one that's good, I just watched The Beast in Me.
I haven't seen that either.
That was pretty good.
Okay, what is that about?
It's with the guy from The Americans. I forget his name, but
okay, all right.
It's got Claire Danes, and it was pretty good. I mean, I kind of like the crime, mystery things.
Okay. So you like a little anxiety then? You like a little stress then?
I guess so, yeah.
How about you, Leon? Are you a one show guy or you're a multiple show guy? What are you?
My go-to is more like the law side, law or medical. So like CSI, NCIS.
So you must love it. How they play like 2 or 3 of them back to back. There's like you got the fire one, the law enforcement. Now I'm terrible.
Chicago is actually really good.
Okay.
And then there's a new medical that I forget what the name of it is, but it's supposed to be. God, I forget. They're in the second season now. I forget the name of it, but it's on my list.
Well, it's either fire, lawyers, or police officers.
Lincoln Lawyer.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Lincoln Lawyer. I watched that. Now, that's been around for a while, right?
Yes, and I think that then they just agreed to doing the 3rd season. They went off for a little bit, and now I think they're bringing it back.
Is that the one where the guy was not an Ivy League guy and he gets in or something? Is that
he
the
takes
Lincoln?
over another office
for
somebody he was really close to, and then he has to reprove himself.
Right. Okay. So that's what it was. Now I'm losing my track of that, but this what the heck was I going to say? Lincoln Lawyer, something, 2 shows. Yeah. Oh, one of those cop shows recently. My father-in-law loves those, right? So it's kind of a funny joke. Every time he's over, it's the only time it's allowed on TV, right? So then I'll sit and binge watch it with him. Didn't they just kill off one of their main characters, this girl, in one of the? I don't know. I'm going to ruin. I'm going to spoil it for somebody. Never mind. We won't talk about that. Leon's looking at me like, I don't know.
Which one are you talking about?
I don't know. There's
so many.
There are so many. So anyway, Landman, guys, you heard it from Ray Mihara. You heard it from Frank the Bank. Landman is it. I have not seen the first episode of the 2nd season because of my lovely wife. So now we have to make decisions. Do we go to bed together or does Frank get to watch the episode one night a week? But to your point, binging would kill me. So we are going to talk all about real estate today. That was a fun intro. Sometimes we do a monologue. Sometimes we just talk about having fun. And Leon caught right in with us here, so we just ran with it. Leon Smith is with Mihara And Associates. When we get into the second segment, we're going to learn a bit. We're going to do stats, and Leon's going to chime in on stats. He's never been part of our stats. And by the way, I got in an argument with somebody into last week. I'm not going to say with who about the stats that KSENIA put out there on whether they're accurate or not, because I was at a table with a bunch of people and I told them the stats that KSENIA and I did on Tuesday, and they're like, no way. They're like, the market did not increase in price. It did not go up. And I'm like, I mean, she's a statistician. She knows what she's talking about.
Well, I repeat the stats, but I hope these are correct. I pull them from,
public
a
record.
reputable source.
Right. And you pull them from MLS, right?
Well, no, actually, it's like NAR.
Oh, it's NAR.
So
it's
like
National
our
Association.
association, I mean, it does.
Okay.
I would hope they're accurate.
I sure hope so, because if not, I'm in big trouble with the person I was arguing with.
There's a misalignment of the data versus how it feels.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Exactly, because a lot of people feel the big question is kind of, are we at the bottom?
Right.
Have we hit the bottom? My opinion is, yeah, we're at the bottom.
Always up, in my opinion.
Always up. I agree. But, the question is, like, what is the bottom for certain people? And, a lot of people feel like the market has gone down. And I'll just lead into this before we start into stats. But a lot of people, people, and I think Leon, we're on the same page, right? People think like the prices have gone down, listings have gone down, all this, and I'm sure it does happen in pockets. But when Sen did the stats last week, we looked at a couple that went up. So I tell you what, we got 2 minutes left in this segment. Let's start into the stats. Are you ready for it?
Well, I mean, the point I made to you though, when you talk to agents and stuff, like we're very hyper local.
Yes.
Most agents, you know what I mean? We concentrate, on a pocket of, either a neighborhood. Typically, you kind of know what's going on in the zip code.
Right.
But I mean, aside from your concentrated area, you might not know. And at different neighborhoods, there's different things going on. There are definitely neighborhoods where they're having a hard time selling. There's lots on the market. And then there's others where, demand is still up there. Yeah. They list a home, priced well. I mean, it'll get snatched up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up on a phrase you just said, priced well. Because
priced well is key right now, yes.
Huge. Right. And wouldn't you agree, Leon?
Absolutely.
Like, if a house is priced right. Now, what's the other factor besides priced well? Let me quiz you guys. Go, Leon. What's the second most important factor besides the right price if you want your house to move?
Sorry, I had to beat you to it, but I mean, that's right.
Condition.
What was that?
Condition.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the home's like, if you're priced well and you do have showings, that's how you know you're priced well, but you're not getting any offers.
Right.
It usually means that, there's just things up that your price isn't up to par with the condition.
Yeah.
Right. And Leon, let me ask you this question. I've got a minute left. Do you ever run into issues where you're telling the seller, like you go in and you look at a property, you're like, listen, you need to do this, this, and this if you want to move your house?
Absolutely.
And do they listen most of the time or not? Or
I think after COVID, probably a good 60% of sellers are like, no, I can still get COVID prices or very close to COVID prices as is. And I'm like, yeah, the market's different now.
No, it is different. And it's and I'm not going to say this negatively, but I'm going to just be blunt. Buyers don't have vision. As a whole, right? They walk in and instead of being like, oh, I can fix those cabinets or I can make this my own or I can redo the flooring, they literally walk in and be like, this will never do. I can't do this, right? And I know we've all in this room here, we've all invested, we've all bought things. So that means we've had to have vision at one point or the other, which means we got to walk in and we can't say what is it, we got to say what will it become.
Right.
So on that note, we're going to take a break on the Business Happy Hour. We'll be back with Leon Smith from Mihara and Associates, and of course KSENIA Akishina with the best stats in real estate, and they're real. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a minute to talk stats with two awesome agents.
All the best mortgage or real estate advice from Tampa Bay's top experts. It's the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank Cotto and KSENIA Akishina.
Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business entrepreneurial. 12 years of doing the radio, I never know if I'm talking over the music or if I'm talking with the music when that happens. When it comes back. Did you guys notice? Like I kind of start talking when the radio, I don't know.
Trying to time it.
I'm trying to time it. I'm just listening to the music. I'm like, how about I just start talking now? So anyway, we are back on the Business Happy Hour with Leon Smith from Mihara and Associates, and of course my amazing co-host KSENIA Akishina, also from Mihara and Associates. These two cats know each other. They've worked together, and Leon has never been part of our stats section, so we're going to do that. And I asked Leon a question before the break about, do sellers always listen to you when you tell them you need to fix something up or sell for more? Because I asked a question. I said, what are the two factors that determine if a house sells? And KSENIA said, condition. I just told you your own answer.
I was already thinking about the next thing.
You guys need to watch the show on Instagram. If you're just listen, by the way, if you just listen on 970, you need to start watching our Instagram show around 11 a.m. every Tuesday, because I promise you'll get a laugh. If you just look at our faces when we're talking, like, look at Leon right now.
Yeah.
He's like, what are they talking about? But dude, I love Leon's voice, though. You have a sick radio voice. Like, you're not even talking into your mic, and you are booming over there.
I told you before, I have a loud voice.
You have I know, I was trying to do my Instagram thing. I'm like, all right, Leon, you kind of need to shut up. You're
back up a little bit.
Yeah, my phone is listening to everything Leon's saying and it's hearing nothing of what I say. So anyway, I'm going to go back to that question real quick, and then we'll go into our stats, and then we'll learn about Leon. But I asked the question about the two things, and it was price and condition, right? So I asked Leon, do you have a problem sometimes that you get to list a house and you tell somebody, dude, you got to do this. Like, what are some of the things that you have to tell somebody to do to try to get more money?
I mean, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is it's always about how it looks, and can somebody envision the potential if it's something that needs a little bit more work, if it's not fully updated, right?
Right.
And then just being able to say, hey, listen, you didn't do it. You need to sell it, because I tell stories, right? That's how we do it. That's how we do it best. And I always personally give examples with multiple different pictures of vision. Because buyers don't have it, right?
Right.
So I do a lot of video renders of different color combinations, couches and stuff like that, just as an extra backup.
God bless AI.
I know. It's awesome. It's awesome. So I get a lot of kickback. It's like, well, I don't want to put any more into it. Okay, but you have a green room and a purple floor and it's all mashing against each other, right? And that just takes away.
Yeah. Because, it's like a lot of times that's why people say don't bunch of personalized stuff around the house.
Depersonalize, declutter. Yep.
What did you say?
Depersonalize and declutter.
Okay. Those are good pieces of advice, too. It's like, hey, dude, sorry, people don't really want to see your family pictures and all your little heirlooms. They want to have a vision of what they're going to put.
And clean your baseboards. Gosh.
No, but if you do nothing else, the decluttering, that is key.
Huge.
Right.
The people have to go in and see the home, not your stuff.
Right.
You got to think about it. If you're coming to somebody's house and you're seeing pictures, family pictures of 2-3 generations, they're like, oh, they still live here. They're still here. I can't see myself in this house with other people here.
Their spirits
But even
are
then,
here.
as an agent, I can't help it. I get distracted.
Right.
I'll look, ooh, do I know anybody around? This family's so, you know what I mean? You can't help but just look.
Yeah.
Or when I see the service plaque of somebody who served in the military, and I'm like, oh man, look at those stars and stripes. Oh.
Right. It does take away. But I think you nailed it, the clutter. The clutter is definitely an issue. And what Leon says, you need to see the house. We need to see the floor. We need to see the walls. We can't clutter. So I'm going to present a real quick solution. Then we're going to go right into stats here. We have a buy before you sell product. Leon knows about it. Ksenia knows about it. Basically, if you are a seller, all right, you can get your mortgage paid off on the house you're selling in full. And we will give you 6 months with no mortgage payment on that house to get it sold with Leon or Ksenia. All right. And we will give you 75% of the remaining equity in your home. And what can you do with that? Whatever Leon and Ksenia tell you to do. You can get rid of the green carpet. You can use it to clean, to declutter, to put stuff in a pod. You can use it to pay your down payment on the new house, to pay your closing costs, to pay off debt to qualify. And get this, you can even use that money to put into the new house you're buying. It is unlimited what you can do with it. There is no payment. There is no interest. There is a small fee for closing costs and whatnot. And the way to find out if you qualify is go to contactfrankthebank.com or reach out to me directly. Just give me the address to your house. Tell me what you owe on it. Tell me what you think you can list it for, or I'll ask Leon or Ksenia. And we're going to tell you within 10 minutes if you qualify for this amazing free money bridge program that will solve Leon and Ksenia's problems and hopefully yours. So that's for you listing agents, and that's for you if you're selling your house. And anybody can qualify as long as the house qualifies. So again, contact frankthebank.com. Just tell me that you want the buy before you sell product, and we'll do that. And maybe I'll introduce you to Leon and Ksenia if you don't have an agent, or you can call them directly. Ksenia, how do they reach you?
813-755-REAL.
And Leon, how do they reach you? Email, phone, what do you like?
Email, our phone, 813-295-9928.
9928. All right, 295-9928, guys. And if you forget them all, contact frankthebank.com and I'll get you introduced to them. So let's talk stats, Sen.
Okay.
What do we got?
Well, you know what? Stemming from that conversation that you told me,
yes,
what I ended up doing, and I've actually got Florida numbers for us today.
Okay.
Just because our new numbers for, our local counties, haven't come out yet. So, I'm just trying to, provide some fresh perspective, and they don't look a whole lot different than, our area, except we do know that, Tampa, Pinellas, Hillsborough, we are more in demand.
Okay.
Slightly less inventory, but for September of 2025, so year over year, the median sale price is $410,000.
Okay.
And it's a 0% change year over year.
Okay, so the market's not down.
No, closed sales were up by almost 14% year over year. And this is for all of Florida. So what I did do to also give you some perspective.
Closed sale prices? No, closed sale how many?
No, closed sales. So
okay,
volume.
14%.
So volume was up.
Prices even, 14% more transactions.
Yes.
Okay.
But in 2024, that number was 410. up by about 2.2% median sale price.
Okay.
In 2023, it was up by 1.3%.
Oh my gosh.
And in 22, it was up by 13.8. So
this
obviously
is
we
Florida as
know
a
the
whole.
number, like we know, the post-COVID or, COVID time when everything was crazy.
Right.
Sure, that's when we saw the big uptick, but none of those numbers were negative, right?
None of them.
So like when people say, oh man, real estate market's just going down. Sure, it's been slow to gain, equity or whatnot, but I mean, this is what these stats are telling me. I didn't, just come up with them myself and try to do some calculations out of the sky.
I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to do a post after this, and I'm going to say Floridians' prices were up over the last 3 years, year over year. Not down. But I can also see in a hyper-local market how you feel it's down if you're not getting equity because we're so used to it. Anyway, on that, I got to take a quick break. When we get back, we have more stats from KSENIA. We're going to ask Leon what he thinks of them, and we're going to learn who Leon Smith is. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, KSENIA Akishina, realtor with Mihara And Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and KSENIA.
All right, Frank the Bank and KSENIA are back in studio here with Leon Smith from Mihara And Associates. We've got the trifecta. We're going to get back into stats right now because these stats are real, and KSENIA decided to take this out of hyper-local and go to Florida local for us. And before the break, you basically said that there was no increase in sales price. There was a 14% increase in sales, but the key is there was no decrease.
Yes.
Right. So that's the good news. But I'm a firm believer that everybody is so used to getting so much equity, year over year. They're like thinking it's going down, but it's not.
It's just not aligning with what they thought.
Right.
Especially with COVID, everybody was getting 15, 20, 25, 35+% year over year increase, and now like 2%,
Yeah.
1%.
So it feels like it because it did go the other way.
Yeah.
I guess you got to think about it, right?
Yeah, we got a correction.
It's definitely, it softened up. But I mean, the point is when I looked at these, I'm like, all right, am I going to see numbers where, one of these year over year for September is going to be, we're down 5%, 7%, something,
Right.
more significant. But I mean, it wasn't.
So I love that the stats don't lie. But what, Leon, I just really dwelled on what you said. You said we got a correction.
Yeah.
But people don't realize it. We had a correction because you're no longer realizing so much increase in equity.
Well, demand cooled off.
But KSENIA on the break, I said, hey, guys, you got to bring this into the show. Don't talk about it on the break, was making a good point about you have so many people on the fence right now.
Leon alone has 50.
50. That's what he said in the break. Yep. Buyers. And what did you say? You go, well, what happens when that one buyer's looking for the house and they all wait to buy? Well, now what'd you say?
Well, he's saying they're waiting for the, interest rate decrease. Okay, so when that happens, that one guy's, okay, I'm ready, Leon. The 49 are going to follow.
Right.
You have to have the heart to heart with them, too, because, a lot of agents over the years are like, hey, get the house, worry about the rate later, right?
Right.
I didn't get behind that because I knew that there's a longer period of time. Right. It's going to bite you. And we're seeing it already.
That, sure.
Yep.
We're
so
seeing it.
What do you think about now, though?
I think that you just need to be educated with your numbers. You need to understand. Because a lot of people realize that they can float the number for a certain period of time.
Yes.
What's that comfort level, right? Have a conversation around that.
Yep.
Because everybody's different.
So I'm going to give this real quick, and then we'll finish stats and go into all Leon here. But walking into the studio today, and I had this rate strategy. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I'll tell this story. Is I had a gentleman on the phone, very savvy guy. He's getting basically a $700,000 mortgage, and another originator gave him a quote of 6.125%, charging him a point. So they're charging him $7,000. Well, I called him and I said, listen, I just got to ask you, do you believe rates are going to go down within the next year or so? He goes, absolutely. I go, then why are you going to pay a point, right? It doesn't make any sense. So I went nuclear. I call it nuclear, but it's just good math. I gave him, follow me on this, instead of 6 1/8, 6.125, I gave him 6.625. It's going to cost him $235 more a month. And most people are like, well, that's stupid. Why did I do that? I'll tell you why.
What was the cost of that rate buy?
I'm giving him a point. So he's not paying 7 for the point.
Flip.
Thank you, which is quick math, $14,000. Divide 235 into 14,000. He gets 61 months, 5 years.
He could float that before he breaks even on the cost.
Bingo.
Yep.
So if you believe, and I told him, I said, do you think they're going down next year? He goes, I will guarantee I'm refinancing under 2 years. And I'm like, then you just saved $11,000.
I love that you're one of those guys that tells them that, though.
Thank you.
Because, rate buy downs, that's been such a big thing, and a lot of people are, promoting that. But it doesn't always make sense.
Don't buy your rate down right now. Absolutely not. And if a broker is telling you to buy down a rate, they are not your friend. They're trying to make more money on you, and they're not looking out for you. I hardly ever push that hard, but call me, and we'll give you an estimate that makes sense. What else should we do on stats before we go all Leon all day?
Well, let's see. So, new pending sales are also up. So, not just in Florida, but our, Hillsborough, Pasco, Pinellas. So that means hopefully, for October numbers, we're also going to be up in activity.
What's the percentage right now?
For Florida, up 7% for new pending sales.
Oh, wow.
That's strong.
I think here it's a little bit lower, and largely like Pinellas, their September numbers, like there was definitely some big shifts going on there, but I think it's good.
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of migration really too because of the hurricanes.
Hurricanes, yes.
Yeah. So with the hurricanes, I think they saw a lot of the shifts in their market.
Are we out of hurricane season? Is it over yet?
Almost. I think officially the end of November.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got a little bit more. But man, the weather's been beautiful. We've really gotten lucky this year.
Listen, there's going to be a storm tomorrow because we just
because we said something.
No, knock on wood. I've been saying that every time. Oh, we're in the clear, I think, almost. But you knock on wood.
We are.
There was a stat that I saw that it's the first time in 30 years that we didn't have a hurricane hit the U.S. and created 3 Cat 5 hurricanes in the water that didn't touch the U.S.
Wow. So
they were like, you had enough last year.
So the chemtrails are working?
In Florida.
Right?
Don't get into that on the show.
That's a whole different rabbit hole.
That's a whole nother show. Like, what are they? They're contrails, not chemtrails. Anyway, oh man, I'm in big trouble. All right, let's move into Leon because we got this awesome news, and I'm going to totally get in trouble, and I'm going to make a post as soon as I get off this show about the market not going down, and I'm going to get some haters for this, and then I'm going to just send them all over to KSENIA. So, Leon, tell us a little bit about you. Where did you come from? How'd you get into real estate? I know we share a little bit in the card game. Who the heck are you?
Well, thanks for having me on here. So I'm born and raised in Jersey. I spent 25 years in Middle Jersey, and then I got an opportunity to leave Jersey to take over the Florida market for a very large company that then got bought out by Starbucks.
Oh.
So I was a district manager for them, and then I didn't want to do it anymore. I got tired of bureaucracy. So a buddy of mine that I grew up with said, hey, he was going into real estate. And then I trusted him.
Yep.
I was going to get into real estate originally when I was in Jersey.
Okay.
Decided it wasn't the right time. And then when I came here, I was like, all right, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's see what it's about.
And the rest was history?
And just, since then, I've met my wife. We're now married. I've got 4 kids. I got a beautiful house, amazing career. It's done wonders for me since then. I've been almost 10 years now doing real estate.
Man. Now, you said in the break you work 6 counties.
I cover 6 counties.
That's a lot.
It is.
What counties do you work?
So I'm in Hillsborough, Pinellas, Pasco, Citrus, Polk, and then every once in a while for my repeat buyers or sellers, I'll go out to, I've done Orlando, I've done Miami. Wow. The drive doesn't bother me.
You like it, huh?
I love it.
You are a car guy, too.
I am a car guy, too.
Yes. And you've got a decent little selection of fun, comfortable rides.
Now.
Yes. You know.
My stinking Lincoln.
Yeah, I love that Mark 8, man. If you guys don't know
so
about the
fun.
old Lincoln Mark 8, man, that is an awesome car.
It's a 3.5-year project so far.
It's a beautiful car, though. Yeah. Super comfortable.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. All right, so who is your client? Who do you like to work with? Are you kind of like anybody guy? Are you more buyers, sellers? What do you like? Investors?
So right now, my go-to is vets.
Vets?
Yeah. So I niched out to VA about 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
Specifically focusing on buyers, those who are retired or active.
Okay.
I do a lot of VA relocations. So that's mostly where my focus has been. And then helping vets realize that their VAs can help them buy multiple properties, which a lot of them are like, wait, what?
That's right.
I've got 2 vets that I've been helping for 6 years now, and probably 14 or 15 properties they bought over the time period using the VA every time.
Man, I love it. He is finally a real estate agent is telling the story of multiple. The most I've ever done for one vet is 8. And that's something to be said. Yeah. But the vets, it's all about education.
Yeah, huge. Right? There's such a drop off in education, especially like the older time vets, the ones in the 40s and 50s that didn't know or just recently got their benefits because there's a lot of clout around that.
Yes.
Realizing, hey, I can buy. I don't need any money down.
Yeah, we did a loan for a vet who was almost homeless a few years ago. Actually, it was for a company you worked for back in the day. And he was 62 years old and had never used his VA benefit.
And that just blows my mind. And it breaks my heart a little bit, too, because these guys give up their life
literally
for what we have now, and they didn't know about the benefits.
Right. And so we're speaking to the veterans right now. Yeah. By the way, if you are a veteran and you want to reach out to Leon, how do they reach out to you?
You can reach out to me by call or text, 813-295-9928.
That's 295-9928 for all you veterans out there. Now you're working a lot of counties. I mean, do you have to have the knowledge, I think, to work out, I'll go all the way to Citrus or Polk or Hernando, but it doesn't bother you because you go up there and drive.
No, the drive is fantastic. Again, I have a big family. I have 4 kids. It's a little bit of alone time on the road, right? Just jam out on the way, right? Set your mood, set your tone. Yeah. The other thing, too, is numbers are numbers, right? County by county, numbers are numbers. Just like what you did. You pulled county numbers on what the sales were, right? What the volume is. It's the same thing.
Right.
At the end of the day, it comes down to use your base numbers, know what you're looking for, create a strategy on what it is that you're, right? If it's investment, if it's short term, if it's long term, and then understand how to work those numbers. That's all it is.
I love it. Now, you said, God, what did he say? He said something earlier in the segment about, I'm losing my mind, going north. Oh, that's what I'm going to ask you. You made a comment about where you see a lot of buyers buying right now.
Yeah,
now, we're in Tampa. Where are you seeing this?
I see most of them right now flocking. They're leaving. If they're coming in and haven't been here before, so those are relocating if on orders or whatever, most of them are buying North Hillsborough, South Pasco.
Why?
More bang for your buck.
Okay.
And it's a pretty strong difference.
All right.
Years ago, it was marginal. Like Hillsborough to Pinellas, it was maybe $10 a square foot difference, right? But then taxes played a big role.
Right.
Now we're seeing $50, $60, $70 a square foot difference.
Some South Hillsborough, too. Some people don't realize just how big Hillsborough County is.
Right. Largest county in the state.
So like Riverview, there's Waimama, lots of new builds going on there. I think, I prefer the northern part just because, I'm already there too.
Right.
But, South Hillsborough as well.
All right. And can you give the listeners maybe a little example? Oh, shoot. You know what? We got 15 seconds. We're going to give an example when we get back from the Business Happy Hour after break. An idea of maybe what can you get if you go up to Spring Hill or go north or go south, like Ksenia said, compared to what you get if you're staying right here in Hillsborough? What is the difference to you as a buyer, and what's it going to cost you with the interest rates today? We'll be back in the Business Happy Hour in just a minute with Leon and Ksenia.
Let's get back to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, owner of Lincoln Lending Group, and his co-host, Ksenia Akishina, realtor with Mihara And Associates.
Hey, Tampa Bay, we are on the last segment here of the Business Happy Hour. If you have missed the entire show, you need to hit rewind, or you need to go find us on iHeartRadio or Spotify or wherever podcast system you use. And you got to listen to this show because it's been a lot of fun with Leon Smith from Mihara And Associates, Ksenia Akishina. We were talking real estate stats. If you didn't hear it, the market is not down. We all agree we're at the bottom, but we are not down. You're just down from the fact that you haven't realized equity over the last couple years, but home prices have really not dropped. Home sales have increased year over year for the last 3 years, right?
Well, we had,
sales?
those couple months, but I was happy to see the September numbers go up. I think
when you
August,
take a step back.
took a dip, but
yeah.
But all that meant is interest rate talk gets them moving real quick.
Right, it does. And when those, it's not if, it's when those rates drop. Get ready. So we are encouraging you to get your butt off the fence right now and start talking to Leon or Ksenia about getting that house sold, getting that new house bought, because like Ksenia said, Leon's got 50 buyers, and that first one's going to get into the market and look. And when the rates drop, the other 49 are coming in. And we all know what supply and demand does. It does not get you good deals. Nope. So get in now. Because listen, guys, when the rates drop or when they do a 50-year mortgage, everybody, you're not a genius. I promise you. Neither am I. We're all going to have the same idea, though, and it's not going to be a genius one. It's going to be a too little, too late one. So get in now. Leon, I do want to touch on this because you do have a listing that I want to make sure we talk about. And then I want to chat a bit about your hobby, about cards, because, believe it or not, there's a lot of big name people who are involved in this. And I think some of the listeners would like to know, because if you be honest, you want to work with people who are similar to you.
Absolutely.
And when I'm talking to this client walking in today, we're talking math, we're doing this. He throws out there, when I told him he was going to save $14,000, he goes, well, that's another AR-15 for me. I just stopped in my tracks and I'm like, oh, you like to hunt and shoot? And he's like, yes, I do. Boom, connection, right? So first, let's talk about your listing.
Sure.
When, where, what do they got to do? And then let's talk about these cards and then real estate.
Yeah, so I have a brand new listing that went live the beginning of last week. It's a 1,200 square foot first floor condo right here, literally right down the road from our office.
Okay.
220,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a fully converted Florida room. It's a little bit older on the inside, but it's super clean. It's nice. It's peaceful.
What neighborhood is it?
It is in Lakeside.
Lakeside.
Yeah.
Okay, so right around the corner.
Yeah.
Got it. $220,000. That seems like a really good deal.
It is. Yeah.
Do you know how much the HOA is in there?
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah. What are the HOA fees?
So the HOA, if I remember correctly, is $470.
Okay.
So still respectable.
Yeah, respectable.
Yeah.
Right.
Not too crazy, especially in today's climate.
Yep, I've seen them at $900
Oh,
right now. We just had one that come in at $1,400, an HOA at the beach. And I literally called the guy. I'm like, bro, you can like buy $300,000 more in a house for that price. Like $400, $500, that's run of the mill. If you find an HOA under $350 now, you're probably not getting anything done over that condo. So it's a good one, 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
And if they want that, how do they reach you?
They can call me, 813-295-9928.
That's it, guys. And if you forget all this and you reach out to me and just say, I want to talk to Leon about that listing, we're going to get it done. Bill Clinton will be there for you. So, a lot of news today coming out. Let's see, Leon, cards. So we only have like 4 minutes left, but I got to ask about this card thing because it was my first job was selling baseball cards back, like 35 years ago, right? Then I found out Ray, apparently that was his first job. I'm going to have to call him on that. Tell me about this card thing because I think there's a lot of listeners that might be into this that want to work with somebody they have something in common with.
Yeah, so I'm not on the sports side. I'm on the trading card side.
Okay.
So I'm on the Magic, the Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Oh, the Lorcana, so more of the active trading card side.
Yeah.
I started with Magic and Pokemon since the beginning. So I was an active player in the community.
Right.
Traveled playing Magic.
The card game.
Yeah. So when Magic first came out in late 94, early 95, I was actually in competition. I was registered to play. I played for many years, and it kept me off the streets.
Interesting.
So during that time, I didn't have a home for 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
So that gave me a community to lean on to keep me clean and out of trouble.
That's awesome.
So when I started doing well in real estate, I went back to it and turned it into a business. And now that's what I do. And my goal eventually is to open up a store to recreate that safety net for kids today, to be able to have a place to go to play that is accepting and a safe place for them like I had when I was a young kid.
Dude, that is awesome because that is old school.
Yeah.
I mean, kids, when I first got into it, and Ray will probably tell stories too, that's what we would do. You go hang out.
Yeah.
You hang out in the card store. And like I said, it was the safe place before we called it the safe place. You got to hang out with people that had the same interest as you. You're off the street. I mean, I never knew that about you, that you were basically homeless.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
That's crazy. And the cards. Man, so and you do I know you make money at that too. It's believe I'm not going to say how much money you make, but you do well in cards.
Very well.
Tell us real quick about this breaking thing. Tell me that in 30 seconds.
Sure. So breaking, essentially what it is you go on to like Whatnot or any other stream. You sell the packs for a price.
Okay.
Someone pays the price for the pack, and then you open the pack live on video. They get to see what the hits are, and then you ship them their hits.
That's crazy.
So it allows you to connect with the community, and it's the business model is ridiculous.
Wow.
You said Whatnot. I just recently heard about this.
Yeah.
What is it, like an auction type?
Yeah, it's an online auction. Yeah,
Okay.
So it's basically a live video auction site.
Okay. Right. And people, are you going to do that? Are you going to break packs and do that for people?
I wish I had that kind of time.
Good point.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it seems time consuming.
It's huge time consumption.
Right.
So that's not something that I'm personally going to do. I do have a couple of people that I'm friends with that are like, hey, we'll do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't gotten to that point.
So this just kept hitting my brain the whole time you're talking. And we're going to kind of end the show on this. Leon Smith, I think you get the Work to Live award today. You are does he not? You are the epitome of someone who is clearly working to live. You work to support your family, to give that awesome home life. You are working to get into that hobby. You've got a goal. I love how you're bringing something back from your childhood and you're like, man, this is now a business. I had that. So if you guys want to meet somebody and want to work with a real estate agent who truly knows the definition of why we go to work, you have something in common with him. He's got listings of condos that are only $200,000 for Pete's sakes, and he's selling in a market that's going up, right, Sen?
That's right. And in 6 counties.
And in 6
Dang,
counties.
if you need a real estate agent that'll take you all over, maybe you're very flexible to your location, that's your guy.
This is your guy, actually. And I'm going to give his number out one more time. It's 813-295-9928, 295-9928. We want you to give Leo a call. Leon. Leo. Don't call Leo.
No.
Whatever you do, call
It's not
Leo.
short. That's my name.
No, we call him Leon. Call Leon Smith from Mihara and Associates. And, of course, we love Ray. We love KSENIA. It's been a great show with lots of good news. Leon, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you
for
so
having me.
much. So
Appreciate
good to see you.
Yes, and you guys are going to get to see this all over social media, so stay tuned, and we'll see you next week on the Business Happy Hour Thanksgiving episode. Stay tuned.